This is Majesty's new 100 Terrace. It's new for 2025. This is the second one that they've built, and it's a very interesting boat for all sorts of reasons, but particularly because they've added a feature to this which you just don't normally find on a 100-foot yacht. So it's about 32 meters, 100 feet, and there is a particularly unique feature. The name, or the model perhaps, will give you a little bit of a clue, but yeah, it's rather nice. Now back here, it's classic Majesty super yacht. We had the drop balconies on either side. We can't deploy them today because we're alongside other boats at a boat show, but both of these come down, this one here and that one on that side. We've got the big cockpit area back here, steps down to the bathing platform. I'll show you that towards the end, but we're going to head in first of all and do the full tour. It's a breezy day down here, hopefully not picking up too much wind noise, but we certainly won't be getting it in here. This is very Majesty, in as much as very light, very bright, big windows on both sides. They're trying to get a lot of natural light into here, and they're succeeding, and they're then accenting that by using a lot of light colours, and it's just a nice light, bright, contemporary space. What they've also done with this is they have put doors on either side, sliding doors, so that when you're sat here dining, you've got a nice breeze coming through if you want it. Clearly you can close it all up and air condition it, but if you want to get that breeze running through, you can do it, and that I think is a very, very lovely feature. I love the way they finish things like this bulkhead, just giving it a little bit of interest. The lighting in here is very nice as well. But what I'm going to do is head forward. We've got crew areas on this side, and we've got crew cabins, galley and so forth. We'll look at all of that. And I want to take you forward first of all, but I can't because it's full of people. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's do the crew area. There are 2 crew areas on this boat, so what you're about to see is not the only space. We'll come back to that. You'll notice there's a side door here so that crew can go down the side without necessarily having to come through here. There's a door here that closes off completely, so the crew can come and go completely discreetly if they want to. We've got the wine cooler in here, coffee machines, like a little pantry area, and then through this one is the galley. And it's a full commercial grade stainless steel. That is rather impressive. It's a big boat, of course it is, at 100 feet, but as super yachts go, let's close that behind me, you know, it's towards the bottom end, and yet the features in this feel very much what you'd expect to find on some of the really big league stuff. There is freezer. This is all freezer compartment in here, like so. And behind me is refrigeration. So these are the fridges, obviously, like this. So we've got plenty of cold storage, of course, cooking, microwave, all the usual things you would expect to find. Ice maker in there, and so forth. And then we can go forward from here. Laundry facilities are here as well. There's a kind of hidden door here that takes you out onto the passageway. I'll show you the other side of that when we go a bit further down the boat, but I'll take you down here first of all. There are 2 crew cabins down here. One's in use and one we can look at, and they were going to leave the door open for me, so I'm slightly concerned that it's being closed, but we'll knock and hope for the best. I think we're okay. So these are the crew cabins. They're a nice size for a 100-foot yacht. These are lovely actually, and the one here is a mirror image, so imagine this reversed. That's exactly what you get. Big wardrobes in here, as you can see, but also just checking, we've got the let's put the light on. We've got the ensuite with a proper separate shower. So nice crew spaces, and there is a 3rd crew cabin further back in the other crew area, which is for the captain, which is a bit bigger again, of course. But that's what you have here. So that's very nice. Let's press on. Hopefully that forward cabin may have cleared a bit, and I want it to be clear because it is a particularly special space, and you will see why. We've got a lot of the mechanical areas, so circuit breakers, that kind of thing, are tucked away where they can be easily accessed. And we'll head on round. We'll go this way, I think, but I will show you the other side of that door as we go around. It's sounding busy out there. we will do our very best. We may have to go down to the lower deck and then come up and forward. So let's come around this way. I'll point the camera down a little bit for a minute. People are disappearing in different directions. We might yet get lucky. This is the stairway down to the lower deck. We'll head down there in a minute. Love these finishes and this lighting here. That is superb. The day heads is here as well. That's in here. And that is the secret door. So it really is a secret door. You wouldn't know it was there, but if you give it a bit of a prod, you'll see. Actually, no, it's not that one. Which is it? There we are. It's this one here. That takes you back into where those laundry facilities were. But if we head forward again, hopefully we can get a good look at this now. This is a particularly nice area where we've got the sort of, it's like a walk-in wardrobe, except you go right on through and you find the ensuite in here as well. How nice is that? Really good size. You'd expect it to be, wouldn't you? It's a super yacht and this is the owner's cabin. So if it wasn't, there'd be a problem. But it is. It's absolutely to super yacht standards. Love some of these marble finishes. They do all of this stuff in-house. I can hear other people coming. Let's go a little bit further. We've got drawers down here. And then this is the owner's cabin. And what we also have here, as you probably spotted for yourself, is the terrace. Up on the front, that's why it's called the 100 Terrace. So it's a very unusual feature. You often find on the sort of the much bigger 40, 50 metre super yachts that the owners have their own private terrace. You don't normally find it at around 32 metres, around 100 feet. This has it, and it's very, very nice. We'll head out this way and I will show it to you. Hello. So this is purely for the owners. What a lovely space right up in the front of the boat. Now clearly there are blinds that come down over here, and there's also a stairway here. Now there's a couple of reasons for that. Firstly, the hot tub's just up there, so if the owners want to go and use the hot tub, it is within a few strides. Secondly, if crew are managing the boat, so for example we've got all the anchor handling kit down underneath here. We've got the bollards here as well for the ropes and so forth. So if they were setting sail in the morning and you as the owner were still in here, you'd have the blinds down. They can come down here. They don't need to come through your cabin to get to this stuff. And that is obviously important. I'm just going to poke the camera up here so you can see where this goes. But we won't go this way. We'll go round and through and up. But yeah, that takes you up to the upper deck. And the jacuzzi, or the hot tub, call it what you will, is just there. But we want to come this way because I want to take you down and show you the lower deck. Plus it's really busy. I love these open sides with this fantastic view out like this. Obviously you're not normally alongside another boat, it's only because we're in harbour at a boat show. In fact, we're not in harbour here, we're outside of the harbour. That's why there's a little bit of slop rolling around. You can see it on that boat next door. It's because we're at a boat show, so it's a temporary jetty just for the show on the outside of the harbour. Anyway, let's press on. Isn't this lovely? If we head on back then, there's a TV that rises out of this section here. And we've got this lovely little chaise over here where you can tuck yourself away. That, I think, is nicely done. Love that space. Okay, let's head on back. Load more storage over here, as you can see. And let's keep our fingers crossed for a clear lower deck. It's been a popular boat, this one, as you can imagine. So if we head on down here, 4 cabins down here. I will take you forward first of all. I don't know whether you noticed, but that lit up as we came down. There's sensors on the lights so that it illuminates as you move around. We have got housekeeping here, like this. And we have got 2 cabins up here. These have got singles in. It is possible to configure these so that the singles can move together to make into a double bed. I don't think this particular boat has been spec'd that way, but it can be done. And again, some really nice bits of lighting about the place. I like this finish. We've got the wood around here and then the light cream. It's very nice. Big hull windows, which we're getting absolutely no advantage of because we are right up alongside another boat. Obviously, normally, if you were in here, you'd be out at anchor in a lovely bay somewhere and your view would be very, very different. There is wardrobes in behind the door, like so. And a safe is in there as well. And ensuite with a rainfall shower. That is a generous cabin, and it is the smallest on the boat. This gives you some idea, doesn't it? If we cross over, we'll find a very similar thing on this side. Again with a big hull window, again the wardrobes behind the door, AV equipment in here of course, and then the ensuite with the rainfall shower. Lovely. And then if we come on back, we'll find two larger cabins, because of course these are split by the corridor, so you can get to them when you come back here. These aren't split by a corridor, they are side by side, so you've obviously got a lot more beam to work with, and as a result you get an even bigger cabin. Check that out. That is nice, isn't it? Wardrobes again along here like this, and again some lovely finishes with this fluted wood, and then the cream here, and the nice bedside tables, and the nice lighting. That is a lovely space. AV equipment, natch, and the ensuite for this one is over here. Fantastic. Okay, let us cross over. Again, it's pretty much a mirror, but again, we do like to cover all areas, so we're going in. It's pretty much the same, isn't it? And the only thing we haven't seen on this yacht yet is the mirror wave. Is it in here? Can't see it. Hang on, wait a minute. Oh, there it is. It never gets old, does it? All right, maybe a little bit. Very, very nice. We like. Splendid. That is the lower deck covered off. Let's see if we can head on up now. Hopefully those tours that we saw up on the upper deck have moved on. If not, it's going to be cozy. But that's okay. We are at a boat show, ultimately. You know, if I want to film these in the middle of the day, and I do sometimes, this is what we're going to find. Okay, can I just squeeze past you there a second? Thank you so much. Thank you. There we go, we snuck through. How about that? A little bit of politeness. Look how many people are on here. Now, sometimes people say, well, this is ridiculous. Why don't these manufacturers get you on early before the show opens when you've got an empty boat? That's what they should do. They do, they try. Everybody wants me to film first thing, but I can't do them all first thing. I have to work through the day. That's why we end up like this. The bridge is up here. So we've got the multifunction displays, of course, across here. We've got communications, we've got engine controls, little tiny steering wheel, because you don't really steer these boats. In harbour, you're on the thrusters and the engines. Out at sea, you're on autopilot, but nonetheless, of course, you can steer them. And that's what that is for. That's that forward area. Hopefully they're all heading out down towards that terrace. Looks like they're going that way, doesn't it? So we will loop backwards and see what we can see back here. Thank you. And the first thing we find is this. Did I show you the day heads up here? I think I did. But it's in there if I didn't. There we go, that's not flickering, as you can see. It's just the GoPro. When I move the GoPro, look at that. It's weird, isn't it? I don't know why. Up here then, TV rises out of here, so if you want a movie zone, this is a great place to do it. And what a comfortable area this is. You'll notice the windows drop slightly on both sides, so again, a lot of lovely air coming through here. You can see it here as well. This is open here. And the doors open wide too. I am going to take you for a walk around the front now. It's a challenge, isn't it? Bar area is over here. Excuse me, thank you. So here you've got ice maker, refrigeration, access to some of the engineering bits. We've got the tapanaki. I've got that wrong, haven't I? But you know what I mean. And then there's a little sink underneath that one, and that caters for this area. But what I'm going to do is walk you around the front, and then we'll loop back this way, and possibly it might be a little bit clearer. Yeah, you can see that drop window here. Look at this weather. That's why it's busy today. There's so many people out and about wanting to come to the boat show, and who can blame them? This then is the foredeck area. Hello.
How you doing?
Very well. How are you?
Doing well. Doing well. Naughty Styles or naughty?
No, Naughty Styles is the lady.
The lady is naughty. No, you're not naughty. What are you?
I'm not at all naughty.
Okay, so you're not naughty at all.
No, I'm Aquaholic.
Aquaholic. Yes.
There you go. But you know.
I'm from Boats Gone Wild.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, me and Naughty Styles, we often get confused because we look so alike. We've got very similar.
You're way better looking.
Well, that's true, but I don't like to tell her that. There we go.
Sorry for the mistake, though. Love your stuff.
Thank you very much. You're very kind. I'm just going to move around here and I'll be out of your way.
Oh, do your thing.
This is the hot tub, obviously, and then we can come right up in the front. We've got the sunbathing. This is a great place, right up on the bow of the boat. Check this out. And good afternoon, Cannes. Look at all the yachts that are anchor. Just incredible. So that is that. These are the skylights over that terrace. They're not over the cabin, they're over the terrace part, and that's the stairway that we poked the camera up earlier, so that if the owners want to come up here and use this area, they don't have to go back through the boat, they can just come straight on up. These little chaps here are pop-up lights, so you can have them here lighting things up, or you can tuck them away as you wish. And you can see them dotted around here as well. And then right on top of the boat, if I come up here, you should be able to see that we've got the mast with the radars on. There's a FLIR camera right at the very top there. We've got the satellite domes, we've got the antennas, we've got searchlight, all that kind of stuff is up top. Fabulous. Let's press on a bit further. We'll come back down this side now. That's the door back into the wheelhouse. These drop windows as part of the upper deck saloon. And now you see we've got this place to ourselves. Check this out. So that's the bar that we looked at earlier. These are the doors that come out from the upper deck. And we've also got this. These are louvres that you can angle whatever direction you want, or you can drop them completely flat if you don't want to have anything through there. But it just allows you to get a bit of light as well as a bit of shade in through there as you see fit and as you wish. It's a lovely outside dining space, isn't it? Very, very nice. If we head on back, then there's this nice lounging area at the back. So as I say, upper deck here, the main deck is that one there, and then that's down again to the bathing platform. I think we're doing a pretty good job of covering all areas here, aren't we, considering the amount of people on board. Gives us a good sense of scale though, doesn't it, when you see people around like this. Again, you can see up on the top then again the antennas and radars and so forth. I'm going to take you now and show you the other crew area. I'm going to show you the engine space, and then we'll finish off down on the bathing platform where there is a garage. Stay tuned. So if we head across to this side, so we're back down on the level we came on, which is the main deck level. If we head around this side now, this is the access down to the crew mess and the captain's cabin is down here as well. We can't go into the captain's cabin because it's in use, but it's that one over there. It features, I think I'm right saying, a small double and a Pullman, so you can sleep two if you want to. I guess technically you could sleep three, but you wouldn't. It's just giving you flexibility. This is a nice zone. Again, for a 100-foot yacht, this is a pretty good size. It's a comfortable space. The table that folds out for dining, of course, you can put chairs around this side of it if you want to. We've got a nice little galley area here, and there's also, so there's refrigeration, I think I'm right in saying, is over here, and there's also a washing machine here somewhere. I think it might be in here. There we go. So they can do their own washing there if they want to. We've got the monitoring system here that's showing all of the camera systems and so forth. But yeah, that is actually a really nice space. like that a lot. Let's go and look at the engines. They offer various engine options on these, and this one has the MANs, as you can tell by the legend MAN on the edge of here, on the end of here I should say. So these engines are the V12 1900s. They're 1,900 horsepower each. They're giving this boat about 20 knots flat out, and she's cruising there for about 14. Drop her back to 12, you'll get about 1,000 nautical miles of range. So really good range, but also some pretty decent speed there as well. She's obviously not a super high performance planing boat. She's designed to pick up her skirts when you want to, but cruising normally around 14 is where most people want to be. Drop to 12 for economy and for range. What can I show you in here? This is interesting. This is this new system that they all have to have from 2025. It's the urethra, I think it is, system that cleans up the exhaust, and you can see that's actually part of the exhaust system because that then goes into the exhaust pipes. So they come out the back of the engines, round through all this to clean everything up, and then out of the boat. So it's something we're having to see on all of these boats now, and that of course is a very good thing. Lots of space down here, nice wide walk through, and you can duck down then and go on back. Generators are back here, there's one either side. We've got the steps here for emergency exits straight out up onto the deck. That's out through that hatch there. Battery switches, that kind of thing. It's all going on down here. It's all very proper, isn't it? Splendid. That is superb. These are not kind of the main fire system. These are if you're down here and there's a conflagration, you can deal with it. But in actual fact, you can see there's piped in fire extinguishers for, you know, more serious situations. And there's another one then over the other engine there. Good, good, good. I think that is a pretty comprehensive tour, and I think considering the amount of people on board, we've done very well. Watermakers down there. As I say, it is a popular boat. It is the middle of the day, and yes, I could film it first thing. I just can't film all of them first thing, so I'm here all day. Try the fish. Some of you will get that, some of you won't. Let's head on up and out. I'm going to take you back down to the bathing platform. And we'll finish off down there. So what you've got here, gosh, can you hear that wind? It's properly breezy, but it's nice because it's properly hot as well. This whole section here is a lowering section, and in fact these then become stairs down into the water. That's really lovely. And what you can do is you can put a tender onto here, lift it up, and then you can put this sunbed away. That folds away flush against the back of the boat, and then that whole thing powers up, and that's what gives you a garage in which your tender can go. At the moment it's absolutely full of stuff because we're at a boat show, and of course they therefore use that for storage, but under normal cruising conditions what you'd have there is the tender storage, and that means of course it can be put completely away. The passerelle, that drops back in to there, and in fact you can see that step there as it goes in becomes the top step just here. So that disappears from sight. That then becomes another stairway down, very similar to the one on this side. So that's the beach club area, and that, my friends, I think is about that. Let's see if we can go back forward to that terrace, because that to me is the defining feature of this boat, and you can understand. Do you know what? Perhaps we won't. Let's go up here. I've had an idea. We will go this way. Yeah, as I say, this is brand new this year, and that's why it is very, very popular. Here we go, you see? Fantastic. And we'll finish up on the terrace from where this boat gets its name. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to say massive thanks to Majesty Yachts for organising that tour. That's been absolutely fascinating. That's a really, really interesting super yacht. As ever, let me know what you think in the comments, and as ever, we'll look forward to catching you on another one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.